Hey there everybody, how's it going today? Well, I haven't made a video in a couple days, so I just thought I'd make one while I'm working here. Clipping some nugs, thinking about perspectives, and I just thought I'd share, since I'm already talking to myself basically. I had some ideas about this and that, and this and that, and blah blah blah, but the last couple of days have been a really perspective change for me. I got sick the other day. I don't know, there was a virus going around my family. My kids were feeling a little sick, and my mom got sick, and everybody had the whole flu type symptoms, nausea and diarrhea and all that fun stuff. And I was like, well, I hardly ever get sick, so we'll just see what happens. I mean, it seems like every few months, though, I get like a 24-hour cold, or like maybe a 12-hour, or I eat something that I shouldn't have eaten, and wake up sweaty, knowing that you're going to vomit, just not feeling good. Anyway, I've had some pretty bad cases of the flu in the past. One where I was out for like a week and totally delirious. And another time when my wife and I both got food poisoning from some bad hummus we ate on vacation. And luckily we were on our way home, because as soon as we got home it hit. And both of us, we had to have somebody pick up the kids. I mean, the kid, at that time we only had Raceland, our oldest son, and he was younger. It was about 15 years ago. But we were sick as sick could be. I mean, for 3 days just laying around the house, just completely out of it. Crazy time. Horrible. Anyway, those times when they happen bring a perspective to life. They bring a perspective to what it means to be healthy and happy. And every time I get sick, I can lay there and feel miserable, yet at the same time go, you know, it's got to happen. I'm sitting in a trough, you know, and eventually I'll be back up on the crest of the wave, which I am today, and I feel 100% better. But yesterday I felt 100% better than the day before, but still, that was just by perspective and comparison to how I had felt. And I really acknowledge these things, because I think it's important that we remember to compare things not to our, you know, what we expect them to be or how we expect to feel. In other words, if we feel good all the time, and you're one of those people that never gets sick, never gets hurt, then when you do, it's likely to hurt that much more. And this is what part of the idea of suffering is all about, that you understand the good times through the bad times. I mean, we all have shitty days, man. Everybody has shitty days. We have an illusion sometimes that some people have great days all the time. Some people are just happy 24 hours and always healthy. And it's just not the way it is. You know, everyone has some sort of a problem. Everybody's a little bit mental. Everybody's a little bit sick. You know, it's a societal condition. We're bound to get sick. Now, sure, there's one or two guys out there who have the amazing immune system and everything works perfect for them. But, you know, for the most part, we all deal with sickness. Sickness is one of those things that brings people together, can tear people apart. It has many different angles to it. It's like, some of us want to separate from sickness because it scares us. Some of it, like when other people get sick, you know, not just a cold, but when people are dying, you know, people around us. And this is all tied into the same idea that, you know, it's like the whole balance, the whole checks and balances of life, and how the, you know, the mind of the universe will step in just enough to say, hey, there's something to know, but I'm not going to go any further than that kind of thing. Not me, but the universe, I guess. Very difficult to explain, but getting sick, I think, is just one of those things that we all go through, and it reminds us that we're human. It's like when you go broke. You may have had a lot of money for a long time, and then all of a sudden you're broke. And for some people, if they've been up and down a lot, and they've been, you know, been through a lot of different financial turmoil, they know how to deal with it and say, oh well, you know. There's some people though who've never had to live without money, and they actually lose their job and commit suicide. I mean, think about that for a minute. The implications of killing yourself over losing a job. And I know it's more than that. It's, you know, the people believe they can't support their kids. We even have people say, well, that they would do it just so their kids could have the insurance. It's like, when did we lose touch with being human? What a kid really needs is not money. A kid needs parents, you know. But that's the image that we have because we're pushed to believe that we have to make more and more and more, you know. Bigger house, bigger car, nicer stuff. It's just total bullshit. Total bullshit. I think most of us know it. But that balance of having money and not having money is just like the sickness balance, you know. When you're broke, you remember what it's like to be broke. And when you finally have some money again, it can mean so much more. Just like when your sickness goes away, or, you know, you're cold, or for some people, cancer. I mean, when people have been through some serious sick times in their life that have turned them into like a completely different person. If most of us know somebody who's been really sick and then got better, that either found some religion or found a new understanding of life or a new appreciation of life or whatever it may be, but it took that experience for the recognition. And this is why some of the most, you know, the people who have faced the harshest adversity are often the strongest people, not the meekest people. You might think if a person is beat down by society that they tend to hide in a corner, and the truth is that that's not the way it works. It seems like the more people are beaten down, the more they want to stand up and rebel. And the ones that hide in the corner are usually the ones that are comfortable with the way their life is, or they can't do anything about it. But that stepping up once in a while and saying, you know, I deserve better, there's nothing wrong with that. But not realizing that it's not other people's fault. Just like getting sick, when we get sick, we often do it to ourselves, you know. Whether it be a sickness from withdrawal or a sickness from eating something we shouldn't have eaten. But sometimes it's just a virus and we just get screwed over. And it's, you know, it is what it is. It's a good perspective. Darn it, I hate it when I ruin the lights. It's been about, well, I better go. Looks like I